box. We will get started with today's stretch and core. Today's structure will be a little bit different than our normal. It will still be timed intervals, but I have our exercises paired up. So we have 4 different pairs that we will be doing, and we will be doing those exercises back to back. So the first exercise, 30 seconds, and then we go straight into that second exercise for 30 seconds, and then we'll get 15 seconds of rest. We'll do 3 sets for each pair. We'll get a little bit of longer break, a 30-second break in between those 2 different circuits, and then we'll move into the second pair. So I'll go ahead and demo what our first 2 exercises will be. We will be laying on our back, legs bent, feet flat, with our arms extended over our chest. We have our 3-level crunch, so that's where we come up. Our first level, just shoulders off. Second level, half the back. And then third level, coming all the way up into a full sit-up, still keeping those arms right extended over your chest. And of course, if you have weights or a water bottle or something you want to hold on to into your hands for the extra resistance, you are always more than welcome to. And then our second exercise we will go right into will be our reverse crunch to our leg extension. So you tuck in those knees to the chest, slight lift of the hips, and then you extend those legs straight out, making sure that lower back stays flat the entire time as you extend those legs out. If you can't extend it out close to the bottom, the higher your legs are, a little bit easier it will be. So those will be our 2 exercises. We will go ahead and get started with it. Again, arms over our chest, legs bent, feet flat, 3-level crunch. We have 30 seconds starting in 2, 1. We're going to pick it up, just the shoulders, then half the back, and then all the way up. We will just keep this going for the next 20 seconds, and then we'll come straight into our reverse crunch with that leg extension. We have 10 seconds, and we extend those legs and tuck in the knees in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, tuck those knees in, slight lift of the hip, extend the legs back out. Again, making sure as you extend those legs out, you keep that lower back nice and flat. Pull the belly button into the spine. Imagine that towel is underneath you and you're not letting anyone pull it out. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. We have 15 seconds. We're coming back to our 3-level crunch. Legs bent, feet flat, arms over our chest, shoulders coming up in 3, 2, 1. Shoulders up, back down, then half the back down, and then the entire back. Making sure you keep your chin off your chest. We have 10 seconds, and then we come into those reverse crunches. 3, 2, 1. Tuck the knees in, slight lift of those hips. Extend the legs straight out. Keep that back pressed into the ground. Halfway there. We have 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. This is our last set for this pair. Feet down, arms over our chest. 3-level crunch. Keep that chin off your chest. Engage your core. We have 3, 2, 1. Shoulders up, down. Half the back, down. The entire back down. Our last set for both of these exercises, 10 seconds, and we come to our last set for reverse crunches in 3, 2, 1. Both those knees come in. You pick the hips up just slightly off the ground and then softly drop them back down. Pull the belly button into the spine and then extend those legs out. Again, the lower those legs are, the more challenging it will be for your back. Just make sure you are at a level where your back is not arching. We have 4 seconds. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. A little bit longer of a break, 30 seconds, while I demo our next 2 exercises. It'll be the same exercise. We're just going to do it all on one side and then all on the other for that second set. So we have our knee, elbow to that opposite knee, and then you extend it out to that toe touch. Bring it back down, knee to the toe touch. So we're going to do it all on that right elbow, left knee, 2, 1, bring it in. Right elbow, left knee, extend it out. Right hand, left foot. Just stick with this side. And then we will switch for that second set. Four, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Left elbow, right knee, left hand, right foot. Making sure you pick up that left shoulder blade each time. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. 15 seconds, and then we're coming back, hands by our head, right elbow to that left knee, and then we extend it out in 3, 2, 1. Bring that in, extend it out, lift it up. Right elbow, left knee, right hand, left foot. So that right shoulder blade should be coming up now. Go ahead and switch. Right knee, left elbow. We have 15 more seconds and then our break. Bringing in that right knee to that left elbow. Just 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. We just have 1 more set of these. And for those of you that may have been joining late, there was a little screw up in our email. Today's class is still stretch and core right now, and weighted strength is at 12 o'clock. Our last set. Go ahead, bring in right elbow, left knee, extend it up, right hand, left foot. So if you're here for weighted strength, that will be in about 30 minutes at 12 p.m. And this is still stretch and core. 15 minutes of stretching, 15 minutes of core. We got 10 seconds. Keep it up. Switching sides in 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching sides, left elbow, right knee. Left shoulder's coming up. Halfway through our final set of these, you get that little bit extra longer break after this, just 30 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. Grab some water if you need it, towel off. We're gonna get into our next circuit. I'm gonna demo. We have our leg raise to our scissor kicks. Legs extended, we bring them up, crisscross them on the way down as low as you can get. Second exercise, we keep those legs extended, we drop them to the floor. We have our L sit up, just back completely off the ground. Let's start our leg raise to scissor kicks. Go ahead, bring them up, crisscross them down, straight up in the air, crisscross it down, and just like with those reverse crunches, making sure that lower back stays nice and flat completely to the ground. Keep it going. I'm just checking on our chat. You guys have 10 seconds. Kicking up those legs, scissor kicks down. We're gonna drop those legs now. Go ahead, drop those legs to the floor. Full on sit up, keeping those legs nice and straight. And again, if you have a weight, more than welcome to hold on to those into your hands, just for that little bit of extra resistance. Keep that chin off your chest, fully engage your core as you sit it up. We have 3, 2, 1, let's relax. Laying back down, legs extended, kicking them up. In 4, 3, 2, 1, we bring it up. Crisscross it down. Only go as low as you can before your back begins to arch or before you touch the ground, whichever comes first. Just make sure no one can pull that towel out from under you. You have 10 seconds. We're gonna drop those legs to the ground in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, L sit up. Just coming straight up, back completely off the ground. Ten more seconds, and then a little break. 3, 2, 1. Let's relax. We just have one more set for this pair. Again, starting with that leg raise, 2-hour scissor kicks, legs straight. We're picking them up in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, pick them up. Scissor kick down. You can either keep those hands under those hips, or if you want a little bit more of that core challenge, go ahead and extend those arms over your chest. Making sure, again, you only go as low as you can before that back begins to arch. We have 10 seconds, and we drop our legs to the ground in 3, 2, 1. On the floor, we sit it up, back off the ground. We have 15 seconds, and then we get our 30-second long break as we are about to move into our last pairing. We just have 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and relax. This is it, our last set, well, our last pair, but 3 sets. We have our bicycle sit up, legs extended, hands by our head. Backs come completely off the ground as you bring in that elbow and that opposite knee. And you're just gonna alternate sides with each rep. Then our last exercise will be our single leg cocoon. So keeping those legs extended, we're just gonna come and tuck one knee in, making sure those shoulders come up. So knee comes into the chest, shoulders come up, extend it out, and switch legs. So we're gonna go ahead, lay on our back, hands by our head, bicycle sit up in 3, 2, 1, off the floor. Twist to bring in that knee and then that opposite elbow. We have our single leg cocoons in 3, 2, 1. We tuck one knee in, bring the hands around, shoulders up, lay back down, switch sides. So tuck one knee in, Bring the shoulders up for a crunch and then switch. Try to hold that crunch together for about 2 seconds, then bring it back down. Switching sides. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's rest. Whew. Laying with our hands by our head, legs extended, back to those bicycle sit-ups. We sit up, twist, and bring that knee in. 3, 2, 1. We're up. Twist, back down. Five seconds. Go ahead, bring one knee in, come in for that crunch, back down, switch legs, and again, hold up that crunch for that 1 extra second. Two, one, let's relax. One final set for each of these exercises, and then we get to move into our stretching portion. Hands by our head, let's sit it up and twist in 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, tuck in one knee, twist to bring that opposite elbow to touch. Making sure that when you lay back down, you come down nice and slow. Try to go vertebrae by vertebrae if you can. Stay in control, engage that core. We just have 10 seconds. And then our last set, bringing in that knee in 3, 2, 1. One knee in, shoulders up. Don't forget that extra second hold just to really engage your core. Halfway, 15 seconds, and then we get to cool it down. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and relax. Slowly sit on up, grab some water if you need it. And then we will come into our stretching. We will start today's stretching portion standing with our feet outside of our hips, toes pointed forward. We are just gonna slowly bend it forward into this wide-legged forward fold. Try to bring your palms to the ground. Keep those legs as straight as you can. And if it's a little bit too easy for you to reach the floor, go ahead and try to bring those hands behind your feet with those fingers pointing in at you. We're just gonna hold it here for 3, 2, 1. If you've reached those fingers as far as you can, go ahead and just bring them back down in front of your face. We're gonna come into a little spinal twist. So keeping our legs as they are, left hand down. We're just gonna go ahead, bring that right hand up, straight into the air. Try to look up at that right hand if you can, making sure those shoulders are stacked on top of each other. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead, bring that right hand back down, switching sides, right hand up, left or right hand down, left hand up, shoulders on top. Try to look up at that left hand as best you can. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that left hand back down. We're gonna come into a side lunge. So let's walk our hands over to our left foot first. Hold both those legs nice and straight for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend that left leg. Keep that right leg straight. Coming down into a side lunge as low as you can. You should feel this in your right inner thigh. You can either rest on your knee. If you're a little bit more flexible, you can place your hands on the ground to support you. We're just going to hold it here for 2 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Let's extend that left leg back. Walk the hands back to the middle. Now we're going to go ahead, slowly walk those hands over to the right, keeping both legs straight. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend that right leg. Keep the left leg straight. Side lunge. Now feeling it in your left inner thigh. Again, if you're less flexible, you can just rest on top of your leg. If you're a little more flexible, maybe you can bring your hands down to the ground to support you. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it back. Center. You're going to go ahead, turn our feet so that our toes are pointing out, and we're going to stand it back up. So both those feet should be pointing out to the side, and we're going to bring it down almost like we are a really wide sumo squat. Keeping both hands on the top of your thigh. We're going to twist and push our right hand into that right inner thigh, getting a little bit of a twist. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it back center. Just sway from side to side right now. Still feeling that stretch in your inner thigh. And then let's go ahead, stop it back center. This time, push that left hand into that left thigh, bringing that shoulder forward, that left shoulder forward. We just have 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead, bring it back, sway side to side. One last time. Final stretch for those inner thighs. And then we will go ahead, extend it back up. Now we're going to twist to bring our feet together, standing up nice and tall, bringing our arms overhead. Let's fold it forward. Keep those legs as straight as you can to touch the floor. If you can't touch the floor, it is okay to bend them. We're just going to hold it in this hamstring stretch for 1 more breath. And then keeping our hands on the ground, let's go ahead, step that right foot back into our runner's lunge, making sure that left knee and left ankle are aligned. And then from here, we're going to keep those hands on the ground. If this stretch is a little too difficult, you can always drop that right knee down, uncurl the toes, and then you can come into that low lunge and still sink those hips. It will still stretch your hip flexors. From here, let's go ahead, drop that right knee down. If you didn't before, sink the hips, and let's push the hips back. Lift those toes, that left toe, extend the leg, and fold it forward into the hamstring stretch, making sure you keep that back as straight as you can. You're just hinging at the hip, and if you need to, bend that left leg just slightly to take some of the pressure off. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's push the hips back, drop those left toes, hands on the ground. We curl the right toes, pick up the right knee, and we step that right foot forward, back into our forward fold. We're going to go ahead, switch sides now. So left foot back, option to keep your left knee up, or if you need to, take it down to that low lunge. Stretching out our left hip flexor here. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's drop the left knee, uncurl the toes, pushing the hips back. We extend that right leg and we lift up the toes. Fold it forward. Again, keep that back as straight as you can. Maybe you have to bend that right knee slightly to take some of the pressure off. That is totally okay. We just have 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead, push the hips back, drop those right toes, hands down on the ground. We're going to step our right foot back this time to come into a quadruped position, hands and knees. We're going to come into some cat and cow. So as we inhale, we lower the belly and we look up to the sky. And then as we exhale, we round out the back and we bring our chin to chest. Inhale it up, lower that belly, exhale it out. We round out the back, chin to chest. Go ahead, do 2 more. Inhale up, and then exhale. Last one. Inhale, and then exhale. Now we are going to keeping our hips up. Let's go ahead, slide those hands as far forward as we can. And then once they are as far forward as you can get them, go ahead, drop your forehead to the ground. Keep those biceps close to your ears and just melt your chest into the ground. Feel this stretch in your upper chest and a little bit through your shoulders. 3, 2, 1. We are going to go ahead, bring those knees just a little bit wider apart, bring the feet together, and we're going to sit it on back into our child's pose position. Hands in, or bringing your chin to chest, sitting on our heels, palms as far forward as we can. And then from here, we're going to come into our cobra. So push the hips up, bring it forward, extend the legs, and then keeping those arms nice and extended, inhaling up, slight tilt of the chin. Feel that stretch through our core after all that work we did today. And then let's go ahead, exhale it back into our child's pose position, sitting on our heels, forehead on the ground. We're gonna go ahead and do 2 more of those. So as we inhale, we bring it into our cobra, push the hips forward, extend those legs. And then as we exhale, we push it back, sit on our heels, coming into our child's pose. Let's go ahead and do 1 more. Inhale it into that cobra. And then exhale it back into our child's pose, sitting on our heels. And then in our last child's pose, let's go ahead and bring our hands behind our back, interlock those fingers, and then let's raise them arm up, stretch out our shoulders a little bit. Option to either stay seated on your heels, or if it doesn't cause you any pain in your neck, you can go ahead, lift your hips up and roll onto the top of your head to sink a little bit deeper into the shoulder stretch. That is only if there's no pain. And then let's go ahead, bring it back down onto our heels, lower our hands, swing them around back into our child's pose. And then from here, we are just going to slide our hands back as we roll up vertebrae by vertebrae for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is all I have for class today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you guys are looking for some strength, we have weighted strength in 15 minutes. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you guys later this week, if not next week.